Just realized it's the loudest this game has ever been.
Where do you think you're going?
Hey, turn your volume down on the game. He probably can't hear it, but I just get like paranoid about that. Thanks, bud.
All I think about with wrestling storylines. Where do you think you're going? Where are you going with the story?
The scene's not over yet. Aloha, mother fathers. Welcome in.
We're not editing any of that out.
That's fine. Side Hustle Wrestling Podcast. This is 97.
Episode 97.
All right, couple away from 100. For the most underwhelming 100th anniversary you're ever going to see. We're actually just not going to do a show. We're just going to just disappear. We're going to pull a Hogan and do 10 minutes of a show and just that's it. But it's going to be a great 10 minutes. So make sure you guys tune in for that in like a month. But
Episode 99 is Thanksgiving week. I don't know what we're doing for that week. I have no idea.
I feel a recording early coming. Well, now, so our friends over at Greenies have a Black Friday event near me in Broadview Heights.
Yeah.
And I have no other obligations this time, so I should be able to go to it. So maybe we run that at the flagpole. And by that, I mean talk to someone who's literally 10 feet away from me.
Yeah.
And see if he's free that day.
Yeah. We'll speak that into existence. We could do that.
I
don't have anything going on Black Friday.
Black Friday, yeah. He goes to his mom, so
I got to save up. I got pulled into. I'm excited about this. I got pulled into a New Year's trip this year.
A New Year's trip.
Well, for like a day or two, for my budget. So because of that budget, I have to say, and
I get pulled into a New Year's trip. I'm only going to be there for one day out of the week, but it's still.
I get to save a little bit. I'm single now, so I get to save a little bit of money during the holiday season. So I have a little bit in the wallet. Oh, that's Kyle. I'm Anthony.
He went from $10 to $20 in his wallet.
Hey, listen. That's a
Chris 20. Who's on the 20?
Fuck, who is on the 20?
Pete, you want to help him?
His first name is Andrew.
Oh, Jackson.
There you go.
I'm not even thinking about the 20. I'm thinking about the penny.
Yeah.
Oh, Lincoln?
Which is out of circulation. I saw that news.
Yeah.
Well, did you see the Giant Eagle buyback that they were doing?
No, I did not. No.
So Giant Eagle was giving you for every penny, they were giving you two pennies worth of a gift card. So you had to have like a minimum of 50. So and up to 200. So if you had $100 in pennies, you got a $200 Giant Eagle gift card.
So if you're a hoarder who loves just keeping copper nearby, go for it. Because they want that copper, that sweet copper.
I appreciate Giant Eagle for doing that, but I thought pennies were worth 3 cents.
Can we just stop with the cash at this point?
So
just get a debit card. That's our cash now.
It's 2.5 cents to mint a penny, which is why.
Why would you want to mint a penny?
That's how they make coins.
The only
Kyle.
mint I like is my gum.
That's how they make coins, Kyle.
Sometimes Listerine. Depending on if I haven't done flossing enough, then I Listerine it up. But yeah.
There's only so many Abraham Lincolns of you can.
Seriously, just get a debit card. You can't spend any money you don't have that way. It's not a credit card, so you can't spend more.
Well,
the limit is what you have in your bank account. That's what the limit is.
Very true. There are certain high schools that we go to. Not all of them. Not as many as
This is turning into a lifestyle podcast really quick.
No, I'm just saying. There are some high schools that still only accept cash. So as you know, I like to contribute, donate.
Not during the playoffs though, because the school doesn't get that money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It goes to the state.
The OHSAA gets the money.
How about that? But hey, the school gets to host the 3 rounds. That's good.
Not OSHA, OSA.
Get a shot clock. All right, let's move on.
It's basketball. We'll get there.
We'll get there. I hope we get Hawking. They went to the state Final Four last year. Or was in the running for it.
Well, those guys coming back too.
I know.
Yeah.
How about that? Their coach used to coach at Maple. Now it's his second season. Anthony Burns, I believe.
Yeah.
Matt Hawking.
Well, speaking of coming back, John Cena finally came back to TV on Monday.
How about that?
And he dropped some fire. There was a bunch of memes going around when John Cena says, "Fine speech, kid." Like he's about to go into Roman Reigns.
That was the first guy I thought of. I'm like, no,
he's not losing this match.
Hey, listen, there were some good promos this week, but Dom Mysterio and we're going to talk about somebody who's really close to Dom's life here in a little bit. But Dom Mysterio in front of we both hate Boston, but that was a great crowd.
Well, I wonder why they were hyped up.
I know.
Speaking of being hyped up, we're always hyped to talk about the sponsor, of course, of the Side Hustle Wrestling Podcast and Inside Edge Network, Mike Fabert, and your favorite agent.
Yeah, if you got somebody in the road that is making some unusual sounds while they're driving, and
your son's in the back seat and he won't stop making blow up noises because he's playing superhero game,
or they won't use the turn signal.
Star Wars, right?
Maybe somebody who's driving in the front seat is playing Star Wars instead of paying attention to the road.
Maybe you're seeing a llama driving a car and you're like, what is this animal doing? I need insurance. Mike is the guy to get the job done for you. And don't take my word for it. Don't take Anthony's word for it. Take Mike's word for it.
What should fans who might be watching you here in Cleveland for the first time, they look you up on the website, on the app, they call you, what should they expect?
Yeah, I mean, first off, between me and my team, you're going to get one of us. If you want to deal directly with the man, you're more than welcome to. I don't mind. I love working with customers because I look at it this way. I have a lot of good life experience financially. I said 12 years of banking. I've got now 2.5 years of insurance. I have a lot of money and just kind of life and financial stuff knowledge. So that's what I look to do, is to truly help people get from that point A to point B financially. It's not about saving money on auto insurance, sure, but if I can kind of turn that into a better discussion, really help people understand what actually insurance does, why it's important, because it's not a tangible. I joke when I leave that I lock the office door so no one steals all the insurance, but there's not just insurance laying around. So there's just it's kind of a mystery kind of component in people's lives that they think is a scam and all the different things you hear. It's not. It can feel like it sometimes. I'm not even going to say that it doesn't, but if you understand how it works and understand and have a person who you can go to help with those kind of situations, that's what we're here to do. That's what my team's here to do. That's what I'm here to do, and that's what I take a lot of pride and have a lot of passion in, obviously, as you can probably tell. So,
well, I know you said the joke, hey, we lock the door so no one steals the insurance, but it's exactly right.
We were just talking about the tree lighting that's going on in Bedford, and I mentioned that there's a permanent red light lighting.
They have
my apartment.
They have regular stoplights. Then they have flashing yellow lights. Then they have flashing red lights.
Yes.
Then they just have a red light, which I told AA, it's a stop sign at this point. If there's no cars, I'm fucking leaving. I'm just getting out of there.
Nothing was worse when I used to work at the Fan, and that light, nobody else is within a mile of the road.
I watched the little walking, don't walk things tick down to 0, and then it flicked back to walk.
Yeah.
When no one was there.
I'm
going.
You gotta be on the line, and if you're not,
So when nature doesn't agree with you and decides to throw you a bone, or in this case, a boner, make sure you reach out to Mike from State Farm. He's got your back, the agent, the claims adjuster. He goes by many hats, many names. But most importantly, could be your future agent because of what he does, whether it is the car insurance, whether it's home, life, pet insurance. Got a cat now. His name is Simba.
Simba!
He's not as well behaved as the Disney one, but he's on his way. I got an orange cat. May God have mercy on my soul. But nevertheless, Mike has you covered with any of that.
216-932-6900. That's 216-932-6900. You can also go to the State Farm app and type up his name, Mike Fabert. You can also go to his website directly, myfabertagent.com, myfabertagent.com, myFabert agent.com.
Well, from our favorite agent to our favorite assassin on the microphone.
Woo!
John and Dom going back and forth, and Dom showing why he's going to be on a list we're talking about later. Let's hear it.
For Boston. So why don't you go sit in that corner, let the grown folk handle business, and speak when you're spoken to. Or I'll put you down.
And it cut it, courtesy of WWE. I think it was right at that point they cut it off. Yeah. Fine speech.
He utters those words, you're in for a night.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he's just not selling frog splashes and picking you up and just hitting you.
By the way, perfect place for this video to stop right there. You see Cena's reaction.
He knew at that point, okay, he's good. Because part of this for John, too, is like a litmus test for some of these guys that he's running into, especially now, where it's like, hey, some of the younger guys that could be floated around as possibilities, the Javon Evans, the Dom Mysterios, those kind of guys. He knows AJ Styles, CM Punk, they can cut promos, they can stand with him. But a lot of people have said Dom is the future. Like, he's that one of those next guys. And this is a test. And I think Dom passed.
I think he passed with flying colors. I mean,
and the match was pretty good too, for the most part.
Match was really good. Give us about 20 minutes. We're going to talk about who Cena's going to face, who he should face at MSG next week. But
hey,
here,
watch your feet.
Watch your feet, man.
Kick my tripod again. I'm putting you on top of the car when we drive home.
We'll have that on our social media channels. Make sure you.
I got a selfie stick. I'll hold it outside the car while I'm driving.
Hey, hold up. When that
that'll
Hogan
go viral.
Episode, hold up, that Hogan episode. All right, we're here.
He's already stopped paying attention, so you can tell my idle threats mean nothing to this child. But yeah, sit down. You a rabbit?
I'm telling you, he is up in the shot.
It is rabbit season.
Oh boy, I'm telling you what, that's generations would have reacted differently to rabbit season and duck season.
Fire.
What a segment. I mean, I was worried at the beginning when they opened with Triple H because it's like, oh, why do you got to be out there? But it makes sense.
The first thing I said was leave it to Triple H to make it all about him. And then the Triple H sucks sign was behind him. And I'm like, nice. There
well, the Boston crowd initially jumped the shark with the what chants. If your crowd chants what, I'll automatically hate you. But
what?
He turns around. I like how Triple H too established at the very beginning, because we always talked about like, oh, greatest of all time, and it's always subjective how you rate it. Earlier in the summer, we did a top list. I like how Triple H, in front of the camera, in front of the audience, actually explain what they mean. What the greatest of all time is. It's not just in the ring. It's not just on the microphone. It's doing all those make-a-wishes that Cena did so many make-a-wishes that we kind of take for granted how many he did. But like, if you are able to do one make-a-wish,
almost as many episodes of this podcast, 1 billion. But yeah, like he did a lot.
Yeah, so I love the setup of it, and then of course, introducing Cena, and Dom was great because A, we got the match. B, Dom, in his current role as a heel, is a perfect, what I would call, house show heel in Boston. In the sense of, get somebody, there ain't no way anybody's going to cheer for Dom against Cena in Boston. And Dom's going to go out there, he's going to milk the crowd. He's going to say, hey, the grown folks are talking, which is funny to me because
he's the youngest one in the ring.
He's the youngest one. This Dom Mysterio was Colton's age when those two were competing at WrestleMania. I was just thinking, I'm like, I watched those two at WrestleMania
20 years ago. Yeah, it's crazy to think about.
This kid.
Yeah, no, I mean that's. I think to kind of touch on what Triple H said too, like it's really important, obviously, in that line of work for the fans to appreciate you. But it probably means a little bit more to John, and I imagine most people at that level, when your peers acknowledge you. Like Undertaker, like the respect that guy has, political beliefs or whatever you don't agree with, whatever. Like as a professional wrestler in that industry, there may not be anyone more respected than The Undertaker.
He's the gold standard.
Ric Flair, like just his aura, what he brought to the table every time he steps into a ring, into an arena, even today. Even though he wasn't on Blood and Guts, but apparently he was in the area. So that's fun. Don't get me started on that show. I don't know why I said anything. But you get my point. Like, this is to have that backing of the people you work with, the people that do the same thing you do, and they see what you brought for 20-plus years. I mean, yeah, like that's got to be special to him, and that's why it makes it a little more special to have Triple H out there, because he's another one of those guys that gets lumped into that top 5, top 10 of all-time conversation because of his mind for the business, too, and there you go.
By the way, we don't have that much time left with Dom as a heel. Not that much time left.
I don't think he's going to change much.
But
Why?
My point. He doesn't. He doesn't have to change at all. But I was just saying, everywhere else except Boston, he's getting cheered.
Yeah. They picked a hell of a night.
And I think here's the thing, even with Dom, because now, I mean, yeah, he lost the IC title. If Cena had more appearances, maybe you run it back, but he doesn't. It's just not gonna
now
happen.
Dom gets Papa.
Yeah, he's gonna get his daddy, and
For the AAA title.
And there was a little wrinkle with that I want to address here in a second. But think about this in the future for the Judgment Day. You're gonna have that turn with the Judgment Day, because Dom after this match was like, "Where's Finn? Where's JD? Where's Raquel? Like, where's the Judgment Day when I need them?" And people are gonna boo the Judgment Day. They're gonna cheer Dom. They're gonna cheer Liv when she comes back. I mean, man,
She's a very interesting wrinkle in all that's going to be how Liv factors into either the third restructuring, fourth technically if you count when Edge got kicked out, or the full-on dismantlement of that group, which a lot of people thought was going to end a long time ago.
I know.
But it's still here.
Still here.
Still there, and it's still like 5+ members. So I don't know how. I think early 2026, probably around the Royal Rumble is when she'll come back. I don't know how that's going to affect anything. It's going to be very interesting. And who is she going to side with? I mean, does Raquel go with Roxanne instead of Liv because Roxanne's the younger toy who's proven herself and wrestled a lot?
And Roxanne has shown interest in Dom. Dom has not shown interest back,
Which is interesting.
which is very interesting.
Because I want to use that word another time. But yeah, like how many times can you put interest or interesting in a fucking sentence?
Yeah,
But
I know.
no, like he hasn't bitten, the proverbial low-hanging fruit yet. He's been kind of hanging out, not really saying. He's like, oh, yeah, yeah. Instead of like, oh, yeah, yeah. Like he's been just holding off. When does he pull the trigger because of frustration or whatever? Like, man, it'd be nice if I just had Liv here. Oh, wait, Roxanne?
Was it this show or was it last week where they had the backstage?
Well, she sat down with him and was talking to him.
And Liv's photo was it this week or last?
It was, I think, last week.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's still that's huge.
She technically he hasn't done anything wrong yet that we know of.
Yeah.
But it's WWE and it's Triple H. There's a little bit of attitude there in the back of his head. Oh, what if she took him away?
What is Triple H even thinking at this point right here? You know what I love too, like when feuds are clicking, and I'm not.
You want to know what he's thinking? Fuck, I'm gonna have to pay this kid.
Yeah.
Shit.
I saw the little laugh too, a little smirk that when actually, Pete, can we play this promo one more time? Watch. It may not pick up on the camera, but Triple H behind Dom, a little bit of a smirk. I don't know if we got it here, but let's play the clip again.
For Boston. Sit in that corner. Let the grown folk handle business and speak when you're spoken to.
Yeah, pause it right here. Like right here.
He's trying so hard not to just
I
fucking
know.
grin ear to ear because this guy's just nailing it against John. Like
I wonder. Thank you, Pete. That's all we need to play there. I wonder, how often does Triple H give pointers to aspiring heels backstage? Because Triple H, I mean, we watched when he was the heel.
he gives probably pointers to everybody.
I know he gives pointers to everybody, but I'm talking about specifically here, like to Dom and to like heels. Because Dom is doing this so well.
Well, his perspective is different too in that chair because Vince was never a wrestler. He watched his dad. He was a promoter. He was an announcer. Like he could be in Michael Cole's ear, and it's like, okay, Vince did that for a while, so maybe he does have something he can give to him at least in this arena. Even though Michael Cole was an actual full-on media person, whereas Vince just did this for a job for a little while. But I mean,
What a maneuver!
yeah, like he didn't have much to give as far as the wrestling side of things, or maybe there is some psychology. People said he had a great mind for the business, I'm sure. But like, I'm sure he had to have a decent mind at some point to have that success he did. But Triple H is a different perspective because he was out there every week, won the title multiple times, was told to lead the company at certain points here and there too. I mean, like, he was the guy. So, like, it definitely is a different kind of. It's like having a team run by Peyton Manning, and you're a quarterback, and you're like, I'm gonna go talk to Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Whereas before, if it was like, John Dorsey, you're like, okay, John Dorsey, maybe he played a long time ago, like, not as successful as in the NFL, whatever, and he knows some things because he has a lot of experience, but it's a different perspective when you talk to someone who's been in the spot as opposed to someone who's kind of built the spot, so to speak. So
yeah, so we're going to, I promise you, as we enter into year 3 of this podcast, we're going to be talking a lot of Dom Mysterio and you will too, in a lot of big feuds in 2026. If you didn't believe that Dom belonged in this spot, I think Monday changed some minds. And it's actually really appropriate that Dominik Mysterio had this moment this week. It was 20 years ago today, well, yesterday of our taping, that we lost Eddie Guerrero. And it's hard to believe that it's been 20 years. Like, it's crazy. For me, personally, I was 13 years old when Eddie passed. I remember it was a Sunday because I was at my grandma's. And, back in 2005, you have one family computer. So, basically, we all know you have shifts, basically, with the computer. So it was my turn at that. It was 2005, and that was the year that I really, really, really got back into wrestling. Because 2005 was a great year in pro wrestling with Edge and Matt Hardy and Batista and John Cena, blah, blah, blah. And I remember going to one of the sites and seeing Eddie's face and the dates. And you're like, and then I remember going to WWE.com. It's like, okay, this is not, and then they had it. So, and for me, being 13, as far as celebrity death, that was like the first one that I, a celebrity death that I had like a strong connection to that young. I'm not sure about you, Kyle, but that for me, that's what it was.
Well, I'm significantly younger than you, so I don't, know how to equate that to the situation. If I could, I'm trying to Cam Newton big word it here.
I okay, Mr. 106 in sports.
Someone's keeping track somewhere. But I was like 11. I mean, it hit me, but not as much as you would think, because I was really fresh into wrestling at that point. I think I really started watching when I was 8, 9, somewhere in there. And Cena was my first memories of wrestling. And Eddie was part of that too, but not as much as John. But his death didn't hit me as hard as Bray's did. I think just because of everything he'd been through too, and finally had come back and felt like he was really going to maybe do something like special.
Right.
Like that was, and we saw literally all of his career as pretty much as adults, almost like, from 2010, 11 when he, to all the way through to the end. Like we had seen a full story with Eddie. We were kind of still a little bit younger, maybe still a little fresh into the whole thing. You didn't really realize the reach until now, when people still say, I started wrestling because of Eddie. When did you start? Like a year ago. Oh, okay. He's one of those people, and that's why we like Dom so much, because you can tell like he's modeled a lot after him, even though he is still legally Ray's son. At least we think. He looks awfully a lot like Eddie.
I have so many theories, and Dom does too.
Vicky been doing some things. Vicky been like, hey now, Eddie,
hey now.
But no, special.
We got a couple clips for you here. This first one we're going to play because Eddie was so good. And for me, in 2005, Raw was fine.
I still remember the Big Show clip. I didn't pull that one.
Yeah.
When Big Show's in it. Hola, ese! Joey the Burrito Home!
Oh, yeah. When you get a chance, please watch that. That was hilarious. SmackDown was my show back then, though, because it was Ray.
I put some laxative in the burrito.
That was great.
Oh, it sounds like it's a Big Show in there.
But it was Ray, it was Eddie, it was Undertaker. We hated JBL, but
Yep.
you needed JBL on that show.
And Muhammad Hassan.
Yes.
Hey,
I don't-
yeah.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie, that was some good ass television. That was some good television.
Just a poorly timed
Just
angle.
poorly timed. What was funny? Actually, none of it was funny. That's why they picked it out. The first clip we're gonna play because he was so great, not just in the ring but also promo. WWE back in the day used to do tribute to the troops.
They still do.
And they do occasionally, but like this,
That was used to be really special, though.
Yeah.
They used to make a whole thing of it.
So take a look at this. This is a 1-minute clip of Eddie and Stone Cold Steve Austin at Tribute to the Troops, courtesy of WWE.
Orale, Stone Cold, what's up, Cold? It's always a pleasure to see you, S.A. Simone, man, what's up? What's going on?
You happy to see me?
I'm always happy, S.A. You are the baddest guy in Baghdad, S.A.
I got a question for you. Over in Baghdad, Iraq, it's Christmas night.
Simones?
I don't speak Spanish. Did you bring one of them lowriders?
S.A., they wouldn't let me bring it, man.
Didn't get across customs?
No, man. I don't know why, S.A. Maybe they thought I was gonna go do the hydraulics on Saddam's head or something, you know?
Hey, I just wanted to tell you, I was talking to Chris Benoit earlier.
See?
He said that he was going to lie, steal, cheat, do
It's
whatever.
lie, steal, and cheat. S.A., what are you talking about, man? That's my stuff, S.A.
That's what he said to me.
Órale, lie, cheat, and steal. Órale,
Good
yo
luck,
tengo
man.
algo para el Chris Benoit. Ese tell Benoit I'm gonna be his Scrooge.
Don't tell me you don't see Dom. Even there, man.
The main difference is Dom does incorporate some Spanish in, but Eddie is very Latino.
Yes.
Like he is overly like Vince was telling him, "Oh, muck it up, baby. That's right. Lean in, Eddie. Lean into it. That's good shit." And he was like, "Yeah,
Oh, man.
yeah."
Eddie, when you give him a microphone, you ask him to he was fantastic.
I thought that was gonna bounce it on Saddam's head.
No.
What a great line.
Oh, my goodness. Eddie could do it all, and that's why you loved him. Eddie Guerrero could do it all with the promos, but also in the ring. It's still surreal that 20 years ago we actually saw, it was his final match. It was against Mr. Kennedy, and couldn't believe it. Like, oh, that was his final match, but it was, and it's psychotic because it's classic Eddie. Everything that you think or you remember of Eddie Guerrero,
Blonde highlights Eddie.
there it is. Let's watch. This was his
Nick
final
Lachey,
match.
Nick Lachey, Eddie Guerrero
Yeah.
versus Hardcore Holly.
Right. His final match, a clip of it against Mr. Kennedy, courtesy of UPN in the WWE.
Charles Robinson.
And referee Charles Robinson
He loves it.
sandwiched. There's that grin of Eddie. There's the grin of Eddie Guerrero, which means he's up to no good.
Oh, this is where Eddie Guerrero does his magic. I mean, accidentally, the referee got squished. And now,
Eddie Guerrero with steel chair in hand. The referee's been knocked down.
Guerrero's got that big grin on his face. And Kennedy's about to eat the chair.
Eddie realizing the referee's coming to here.
What the hell?
Eddie is tossing the evidence to Kennedy. This is
Point, Santa.
God.
Kennedy caught red-handed. Kennedy caught red-handed.
You gotta be kidding.
The winner of this match as a result of a disqualification, Eddie Guerrero.
He's vintage Eddie Guerrero, lying and cheating and stealing.
right there. By the way, for you young kids out there that watches our show, SmackDown used to be a really, really good television show.
That was fun. Very fun. If you haven't picked that up already.
Man, crazy. 20 years ago, Eddie Guerrero, former WWE champion. Actually, that whole week, I don't know if you guys remember this, but Batista was hurt. They were going to write off Batista because he was injured. He was going to have surgery. And the day that he the day that Eddie Guerrero passed, they were in Minnesota. They were going to give Eddie Guerrero the title.
Yeah.
They were going to give him the world title. Who knows how he would have carried, because he was kind of working a tweener role as Batista's best friend, but you didn't know if you could trust him because he'll give you a high five and then give the same burrito that he gave the Big Show to Batista, so you don't know. I remember Batista one day taking away Eddie Guerrero's lunch, which is very heelish, but it's 2005, so fans cheered for taking food away from somebody else's plate.
We're a different country now, 20 years later.
We are a very different country. But the star feud of 2005 was the emotional feud between Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio for the custody of Dominik Mysterio.
Full circle moment.
Wow. Unbelievable. And now, 20 years later, there's an article that you guys got to check out. Rey Mysterio did an interview reflecting back 20 years, without Eddie. Rey has some great words about Dom kind of transitioning to this current heel turn, and he's doing a great job, and Eddie will be proud of that. So, 20 years ago, you mentioned a lot of guys. For me, because that was a stretch with Eddie and then the Chris Benoit thing, but from a human standpoint, that was one of his best friends.
Yeah.
That was his best friend that he lost. And that started the downward spiral of Benoit and everything. And then you mentioned years later with Bray Wyatt. That
was tough.
Yeah, so.
And then watching the documentary and stuff, too, which I still don't think you probably have watched. But
I have not. I might pop it on tomorrow or this weekend. But, But Eddie Guerrero, if we've always said, man, what would Eddie look like today? We've seen a little bit of that with Dom Mysterio.
Well, Dom's got to bulk up a little bit in the chest area because Eddie was always jacked out of his mind.
Yeah,
even though he was only 5'8", he was only oh, what the?
But you know what? You know what? Dom's going to be his own guy. That's how good Dom is. He's going to be his own guy.
Don't talk about my father like that.
Right. Oh, man. All that stuff, again, brought to you by Mike Fabert, the My Fabert promo of the week, the current day promo, and then we gave you a classic throwback promo as well. Again, myfabertagent.com. And, yes, he is the claims adjuster.
He asked really nicely to put his singlet on backwards for you.
Yes, he did.
Wow.
Journey 3 coming up.
Let's see some mid-back.
Right. Big back action.
Mid-back.
Journey 3 from Exodus Pro coming at you Saturday, December 6th, less than a month away.
That's in Cleveland.
Right here in Cleveland. All right. So, John Cena, as we mentioned earlier, won the Intercontinental title. You've been on it for a while. I kind of pushed on, he ain't winning the IC title. He won it. Where do you want to go first with this? You want to go who he should face at MSG, or should he retire with the IC title?
No.
You're saying absolutely not.
This is a nice way to either give this to the winner of the tournament, because you mentioned before, what's the real prize? Well, now it could be for the Intercontinental Championship as well, it's the Workman's title. It makes a lot of sense. This also does, unfortunately, open the door for Sheamus to be the one that goes and faces Cena in his final match. Ironically enough.
Same date.
Yeah. So.
You know who, if Dom did not win promo of the week, I was going to vote for The Miz.
Oh, he had a great. The fact that Miz hasn't been in the same area as John at all, he's been kind of is kind of weird, just because they have a lot of history together. Possibly one of the worst main events, at least for a lot of people's. I didn't mind it, but a lot of people didn't like the main event of 27 WrestleMania.
There was a lot of that pay-per-view.
Half of Miz's career has been bragging about pinning John Cena at WrestleMania. That's been his thing. They had the stuff with Maurice and Nikki Bella too, which was interesting and different. And usually we're not that big on mixed tags, but of course the penultimate engagement of John Cena and Nikki Bella happened at the end of that, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He engaged to his fiance at WrestleMania, which is nuts. Very John Cena thing to do. But I mean, it's been weird that he hasn't been around, and there's no guarantee. Who does he have in the first round? Do we know who he's facing?
Jey Uso.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
ain't winning that. Yeah.
well, I don't know. Jay's been on a losing streak, so maybe there's a chance. And I would rather see if it's just those two. I don't want to see Jay and John.
I agree.
I have no interest in seeing maybe an ultra heel Jey Uso, but not this current iteration who's goody Wargames Jey Uso. I don't
Yeah,
like that.
you know what though? I want to see Miz win a match in this tournament.
He should,
because I love the promo. The promo was basically, I beat John. It's kind of like how the KG and the Celtics always brag about, winning the 2008 NBA championship.
Anything's possible. Yeah.
Yeah, anything's possible. Like they brag like they had a dynasty, like you won one championship. That group. Anywho, back to wrestling.
Not like Miz, who's a 2-time Grand Slam champion.
Yeah, and so I'm like Miz is the line where he's like, nobody will expect it, the internet will hate it. And I'm like, you know what? Now that you said that, I love it.
People would be pissed if it was Miz and Cena for the IC title, in DC that would be the ultimate key thing for Miz, and kind of a situation where we've talked about this. We didn't really know what his future was going to look like. Unfortunately, a lot of these stories take out a lot of possible opponents for John at MSG because they're involved in this tournament currently. And the Miz, I don't think he's going to lose the match on Friday to Jay and then all of a sudden flip over to Monday on MSG and say, I want John. He doesn't. I don't think that it works like that.
It won't work.
So this has to be a surprise. And knowing John, he'll do an open challenge because I've only got 3 appearances left. I said I was going to leave as the last real champion. I will take this home with me. It's up to you guys to take it off of me. So this is an opportunity now for someone to come out here at the most famous arena in the entire world and take your shot. Because I don't have many of these left.
And knowing how they
you think you know me?
Could. I mean, that would be really
nice. The fact that this always happens, and you know what? I will sit here and say I'm wrong next week if it doesn't come to fruition. But when the Pro Wrestling Insider shit, there's been no discussions about Edge, and there's been no discussions about Edge. He's gonna show up. That means they're doing exactly what they've wanted to do the entire time, is keep it a secret. There's a couple times this year where they said stuff like that, and it was like the AJ Lee stuff. She wasn't a thing until she was a thing at the very last second. It's like
that
okay.
always happens.
It's like you're so full of
yeah. They've never been in
these fake
discussions.
reporters that don't even talk to anyone that's actually important. I think
I'm like
things.
every major Cena story, there have been no discussions prior that have been made public. Everyone. This year. The heel turn, nobody knew. They
literally said 4 people knew that until the day of the actual show. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
And no one knew about
Nobody
it.
knew.
And how many guys have you seen and girls come out on podcasts or interviews and say there's not a lot of real surprises anymore? Can you imagine that place? Either one, if Jericho or Edge shows up. Those are my 2 picks. It has to be one of those 2.
And here's fans and Kyle, keep an eye on this too. Most of Cena's segments this year on Raw, he has opened the show. And the reason why they want that crowd to be as hot as possible.
And he will. He will open the show next week.
And if he's going to open the show, because they'll have other angles and stuff with Wargames, he's going to open the show. And if it is Edge, if it is Jericho, I can't even think of another name. Because here's the other thing. What you just said a couple minutes ago is actually true. You have surprises in the tournament.
Yeah, I think that
and the other thing, the NXT, the whole Saturday night's main event is basically now going to be a main roster versus NXT Invitational.
Yeah.
For me, that kind of eliminates an NXT wrestler maybe from. Well, I don't know. Who knows?
It's probably not going to be anyone. I think this is an opportunity if you're not going to do one of the legends. You do give it to a younger guy. Maybe you do see Trick show up.
We'll love that.
Trick shot, calling it, that kind of thing.
Love that.
Or this maybe is where you do see Oba show up.
We'll love that.
He would lose, but
I would not love that.
They want John to carry this title until the last match.
No, so if Oba loses, then I don't want him in that spot.
Yeah, because I think that
Trick, I wouldn't mind.
The surprises in the tournament, you're not going to put Edge or Jericho, one of those guys, in the tournament because
that's what I was saying.
That's not really. That's like Joe Hendry, Matt Cardona. Those are the names that you're going to see that are surprises or don't work there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And you know what? It could be something dumb. I have no idea. It could be like Shinsuke or something like that. You never know. I mean,
Who would, if it's not Edge or Cena? I'm sorry, if it's not Edge or Jericho.
I feel like Jericho is probably, especially with the comments you just said about AEW, how TNA looked like the second best.
Oh yeah.
He's leaving them behind now.
He's done.
He's done with
He's
AEW.
done. Did you see the lineup for his cruise? I don't know if he did, but
No, I didn't care.
I know you didn't care. No AEW talent on the rundown.
Card subject to change, but still.
Yeah, no.
Not
AEW.
likely. He knows.
I'm just trying to think of other like on the active roster that would MSG would pop for.
Honestly, the only other name that would make sense because he said something at some point, and it wouldn't be a title match then. It'd just be one last shot. Would be him and CM Punk.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah,
You can kill a week because they still have another week before War Games. They can have another Raw before War Games, so they have time to build that. Punk can still do his War Games stuff and still do promos, whatever, later. But like,
that's a match worthy. Like that's a dream match.
That's the only other big match against a legend I'd want to see.
Mm-hmm.
He's not facing Sheamus because Sheamus is going to be in the second round of the tournament. I'm assuming against Rusev.
Yeah, anybody who is already announced as in the tournament, you're not. That's not happening.
I imagine Solo's probably going to get Jacob Fatu.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be another, and that's another possibility. We could see Jacob Fatu retire John Cena, which I would not be upset about.
Right.
But I mean, that's also a name John said at one point that he wanted to wrestle. So I mean,
I don't know why I have in my head AJ Styles, but like that expectation is a little too low now.
I think he's still, the tag team stuff is still, his time for those kind of matches will be next year.
Yeah.
When you see more of that, like, oh, is he gonna pop in at face Punk or like?
I'm just thinking like, to me, Edge and Jericho, that's like 1A and 1B.
There's an outside chance because he is technically, I think, under contract with WWE. You could maybe get Kurt Angle to come back for a one-off if he's willing to wrestle a match. I don't know if, because the Baron Corbin thing is unfortunate because the guy, that was the wrong person. Even Kurt said, love Baron, wrong guy to do it. Like, he shouldn't have been
I
the
think
one.
Baron would say that.
I think I'm not with the company anymore.
Yeah,
like,
Baron would say that.
Someone who retires that level of a person should be like on the way up and not like out in like a year and a half or something.
You know what, Kurt? I would love, this probably would take too much of what happened.
He'll be at the last show.
I would love at the last show if they reenact that first. Again, it
Just
doesn't
for
have to be a
TikTok.
match.
Just for TikTok.
Yeah, but like reenact that ruthless aggression scene, like almost to a T. Like John Cena doesn't even come out to his traditional music; he comes down to the old SmackDown theme song.
Is Ricky Starks still the NXT champion?
Yes.
Would you be okay with Ricky Starks coming out? You're trying to build young talent. He's the NXT champion. If you're going to go with someone from
I wouldn't
NXT,
be against it. I wouldn't be against it.
See how he does.
And again, he could lose and not lose. The only person that I don't want to see in that spot and lose is Oba.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
he probably would have to.
I don't want Oba in that spot. I think Oba Femi is somebody you have to protect. Ricky could eat a loss. Trick Williams could definitely eat a loss.
I think Trick would honestly.
Fine.
It's Trick or Ricky for me if you're going to pull someone from NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Trick will get the cheers. Like, he'll get because everyone knows the song.
Yeah.
You could even have Booker come out.
Well,
and Booker's like,
oh, yeah.
that would be hilarious
That
if
would
Booker
be.
just walks out. Y'all know what time it is? What? Oh, yeah, man.
That's Trick.
Your opponent. That's Trick. Like, that would be crazy.
That Trick.
The people would lose their freaking mind.
would.
And Booker and John have a history and stuff too, so that's a way to incorporate Booker into it. We're just trying to find ways to fantasy book people that have been impactful in John's life. Where's JBL? Is he going to show up at some point? Like, I guarantee you,
JBL's dealing with Mexicans right now.
For his last match,
Yeah.
I guarantee, like how they lined the WrestleMania thing, do not be surprised if there's either a walk backstage or there is a line of people that he's wrestled, like down the ramp,
We'll love that.
that are all going to be there because they're going to make
I
this
would love
thing
that.
the most un-Goldberg type level celebration. And they'll take 2 whole hours to give John a talk. Like they'll make sure he has plenty of time. They'll go over.
Let me just give you a hypothetical. Would you be upset like they book other matches, like CM Punk and Logan Paul?
No, they won't do that.
Ex wrestler versus NXT guy.
Well, it's going to be NXT guys.
And then you open with Cena's retirement. They do all that stuff, and then at the end of the show, hey, we're going to have to push some of those other matches to, like, Raw.
They won't open with Cena. Cena will be the last thing.
I know. I was just throwing a hypothetical. Like, would
That'd
you
be hilarious. He opens. It's a 10-minute match, and then they have 2 hours more of just other stuff. Yeah, I don't know.
Real quick, is Cena's the Intercontinental Champ? It never occurred to me that he was not a Grand Slam champion.
It did when they started bringing it up.
Like, Joe Test hit it hard. Like, he is not a Grand Slam champion. I'm like,
But you thought about it. Yeah, there's only a couple guys like that have won the main title that haven't really had those other runs. And you got to think about it. The IC title was, I think, for the most part on Raw. You know,
usually it was on the opposite show that Cena was on.
And the one he was on, if it was on his show, he was already champion. He was the main champion. So there wasn't a lot of need. And he had his mid-card run in 2015 with the U.S. title. But, hey.
Opus will cut that. They don't cut much correctly, but they'll cut that.
They'll find a way to cut it.
But you know what?
Tell Son to stop talking.
Right. That'll be the first 7 clips.
Yep. 99 trend.
Yeah, right, exactly. No, you know, and Cena, the little things that Cena has done since turning back babyface, after he won, he teased putting the championship belt. The way he wore he's like, nah. Put the thing there. It's just
right choice.
Cena's doing a phenomenal job with all this. It's just,
I think, like, in the grand scheme of things now, the heel turn maybe not as bad as we thought.
Again, we're gonna do a deep dive. We have, by the way, panelists reaching out to me about like there ain't gonna be sunshine and roses for the end of the year.
I feel like this, because of where we're at now and what John's been able to do in the last quarter of this run, it makes that feel a little more special. Just because he gave it a good 5 months of just doing everything he possibly could to piss you off.
You know what? And I'll just say,
and it's different.
We wouldn't appreciate John Cena as a babyface if that heel run never happened.
There wasn't, because a lot of these guys weren't with the company too. So there wasn't a lot of dream matches we were going to see in that time because either of positioning of guys or because of whatever. Like with John being a heel, you weren't going to get John versus The Miz because The Miz is a heel. You know, Edge, Jericho, those kind of guys out of the company, at least then. So, like, you had this gap in time where it's, okay, Punk, good guy, we can do that. Randy, good guy for now, we can do that. Like, but there's only a certain number of people that we have, so let's try to, like, shrink the window down for, like, you know, these dream, so to speak, matches that aren't going to mean as much, and, like, give him an actual story to sink his teeth into.
And it was good role reversal, too. Yeah. I guess that's the other thing you got to think about, and we'll move on. It's just like,
he booked 5 more acting gigs because of that 5-month stretch of showing his back and forth, his range. If you will.
I think if you take out the whole Travis Scott and The Rock, can you take that out and say that this run back? I think that's just something you got to think about.
And The Rock is still the elephant in the room.
That's the one. And
still,
and
what a surprise entrance is The Rock into the tournament. That would be wild.
That would be something.
However, MSG could be the place. If The Rock is going to come back to anything, it's going to be a stadium show. It's going to be a big debut of something, or it's going to be either the retirement or in this kind of situation. So
I don't think it would be a match.
I don't know.
It would be if something like that were to play out, it would be some kind of whatever.
I am fully convinced that The Rock just doesn't like wrestling anymore and won't be around. So
probably not. I'm not putting my hopes up on that.
He doesn't make the kind of money he makes working a movie that he does wrestling. So
true. Let's talk about our Wargames matches that we have set. We'll start with the men's.
Well,
Wargames
kind of set. We don't know who's filling them out completely yet, but
so let me ask. So is it going to be 5-on-5 or 4 versus 4? Because if it's 4 versus 4, the women's is set.
I hope not. It's traditionally a 5-on-5 match. I hope they keep that, and it's all like that's how it's been. Even last year, it's how it was 2 years ago, whatever. So, yeah, I mean, and plus that leaves room for the Becky AJ thing I had in my mind on the women's side.
Right.
On
And
the
we'll
men's side,
we'll talk about the women's in a second.
yeah.
but-
On the men's side, I mean, there's a lot of what ifs right now because 2 more spots for each. I'd like to think that John will not be in the match at Survivor Series, so they will call upon him. That's how you get Punk and John back in the same ring, arena, whatever, one more time before it's all said and done. That when John comes into that match, it automatically opens the door for Brock
Yep.
because you're not going to get to go on your high horse, Cena. Watch Brock into the tournament. That'd be wild. Imagine Brock shows up against like Solo. He's like, "What the hell, man?" Solo's like, I get to see his face, like, what? Oh my goodness.
That would be.
No,
pretty
honestly,
special.
they'd feed LA Knight to Brock Lesnar probably before they'd feed Logan.
Yeah,
Solo.
I think LA Knight's days in World Wrestling Entertainment are coming to a close.
I don't know about that.
See his promo get cut off? I mean, he went over. It was his fault.
They're doing all the they did the same thing to AJ, and then he won a title. So I don't know. I mean, it's all part of
I'm
it.
pissed off at the company. And then,
He'll because he's the one that can
and he's
actually
like in
talk.
the Final Four in the Royal Rumble next year.
Yeah, I mean, like, because he can actually do something with that kind of story. Like, they didn't give Cross a chance to do anything with that story, but they could give LA Knight a chance to. They're giving Aleister Black non-title matches against the champion because he's literally carrying Cross's gimmick. So now we can see if LA Knight can take the I'm being shunned to the in-between segments.
By the way, I was ready to, since there were 2 spots that had to be filled, I was ready for like Brock. I was ready to fill that last spot with Aleister Black on the heel side because he was feuding with Cody, and then I watched SmackDown last week, and Aleister was not put over like at all, and like Damian Priest lost on Raw. I know it's kind of reversed order, but Damian Priest losing the tournament on Raw, and then Aleister and Damian are basically back to feuding each other.
Yeah, they're like a stopgap for Cody. That's all it was.
It's, man.
But for now, who knows? I mean, he's got the potential to do it.
Again, like I said before, like, you're going to have an all-star team, but that fourth or the fourth guy, you could put an up-and-comer in that spot to kind of round things out a little. If Cody was actually feuding with Aleister Black.
Yeah.
But he's not.
Well, the obvious choice for the men's side is Jimmy.
For the babyface side?
Yeah. I mean, there's not really, unless you put LA Knight in there, but I don't see that happening.
LA Knight can't work with any of those guys.
So I feel
like in storyline terms right now.
I feel like you're probably just kind of handcuffed to Jimmy. I don't think Roman's going to be there. So
my theory about Brock's involvement was directly tied into Roman's involvement. Now, I think Brock will still be there. But my story was, all right, you got Bronson Reed over there. Obviously, Roman has history there. You have, Braun Breaker. You have Paul Heyman. And then Logan Paul is going to talk that talk and see what happens there. My only thing with the Roman thing was, obviously, I think what we was going to get to was I don't want to see you until Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to take that line literally.
Colton, go sit down. What are you doing?
I'm trying not to take that line literally. In the sense of, could he be involved there? So I don't know. We'll see. And then Jimmy's interesting too. So my question with Jimmy Uso, how would he get himself involved with this match?
He's the brother of Jay.
Well, but Jay doesn't want anything to do with. Well, I mean,
no, they're fine. They've made up multiple times. I mean, they need a 4th or 5th member, so they need a 4th member right now. They only got 3. So Paul can make 2 phone calls. He can get Austin Theory and Brock Lesnar on the phone pretty quick.
I just don't think Austin Theory is going to be involved right now.
I feel like if this is not it, release him. Like, just let him go.
I just don't
because there's not. This is a perfect opportunity for him. And I've seen some people say, "Oh, you don't want to take the spotlight away from Braun." They're giving Bronson Reed these main event level feuds too, and he has as much a right. I told you, he's the one that pinned Roman.
He pinned Roman,
so he should be the one going for the world title right now, not Braun Breaker. So
yeah.
I mean, like I don't buy that for a second. Like the whole point of this group is supposed to be the future. Austin Theory, who is going to be again on the list we're going to bring up here in a few minutes, like he should be with this group. It makes the most sense, and he is your mid-card champion then. For now, he is your guy to go after John, whatever it is.
I get when we talk about this list in a little bit, it's like, is Triple H going to actually put the rocket on somebody? Like, really put the rocket, Dom Mysterio. But I'm talking about, like, breakthrough into main event and winning titles. I don't know. Men's War Game is nice. I need to see some more, obviously, development because it just,
We're only 60% of the way built through. There's a lot more names. Well, there's 4 more names to get announced.
I just want to be like William Regal, where I'm just paid to say one word a year. And then I got other backstage responsibilities. But I just want that. I just love, too, how they just said, screw it. Let's get straight to the point backstage. Regal. Just love
Regal.
How they did that. Women's War Games match. Lash Legend, now a member of the main roster, teaming with Nia Jax.
Those right hands to Io. Good God.
Woo!
They clipped that and put it on social media because I remember watching it and I was like, God. We were just talking about how like they kind of look a little phony, some of the punches. Like
There's been some punching going on, especially on the women's side. Some slaps. I think it was Lainey Reed on NXT had like a huge slap backstage in Ava's office.
We talking like Jimmy Uso Gunther slap?
Yeah. It was,
like watched an Austrian man leave his shoes.
Maybe the microphone was just placed in the right spot because it was like, whoa.
It's like
like surround sound.
It's like the perfect dab, but it's a slap.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean I told you they were going for star power and it made a lot of sense. You wanted to have the undeserving women's tag team champions, the Kabuki Warriors, in there, which I'm so.
I heard your react.
So tired of this tag team. I'm so tired of Asuka doing the over the top stuff. I'm tired of, again, the most dangerous worker in professional wrestling being rewarded. 3 injuries in a calendar year.
Hey, they're on the same team.
3 injuries in a calendar year, and this woman gets to hold a championship for the biggest company in pro wrestling. She should be working at an independent smaller than ones we have in Northeast Ohio. Like, it's embarrassing. Like, it's awful. And I said it before, I don't care how tan she gets or how much she latches on to Asuka or whatever it is. She's also latching on to some Mystique that no one gives a shit about because she hasn't been relevant in 5 years.
Who are you talking about again?
Asuka now.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about her NXT run. It's been a decade. Like, either book her properly or she needs to go too. There are too many women on this roster that deserve spots to be held up by these two.
Hey, first off, you should thank Goldberg for disrespecting that lady because, that video package.
I'm just tired of this. Like, it's okay, so if Asuka's not a dominant champion, she's just annoying. Like, that's what it's going to be. It's like, okay. And, like, again, it's the not showing, like, the talking the same way she talks to Maxine Dupree to Charlotte Flair. It's like there are levels. This is a person that's literally beaten you multiple times at, like, WrestleMania, and you're talking to her like she's a rookie. It's like, this doesn't happen. Like, I like my heels, again, seated in truth. Asuka knows one-on-one Charlotte has her number. You don't talk to people like that who have kicked your ass. Like, you're a little more guarded. You're a little more like,
Well, her whole character, Asuka's like she's just out there, but it seems but there's
she can go out there, like get away,
rooted
like,
strategy.
Go, get out. Go.
I don't.
New Japan needs some wrestlers. Go.
I don't hate Asuka.
I'm just tired of it.
The Kyrie Sane thing with the with taking care of wrestlers. That's a different thing.
3 injuries, 3 of them. 2 of them to significant stars in the company, possibly the biggest star, not named Cody Rhodes right now, and Rhea Ripley. Broke her freaking nose. Liv Morgan's shoulder. Zoe Stark, her ACL, MCL, PCL, and every other CL she had in her knee.
Yes.
All gone.
Yes.
Gone forever. Aaron Hernandez. Like, that's what I'm talking about. This is ridiculous.
Hey, she was reborn. She was baptized.
Yeah, she needs Christ after that knee injury. Good God. Her knee went ways that I dream about, and I don't call them dreams. Let's be honest. I call them American nightmares because I live in America, and that was a fucking nightmare. Like, that's just insane. Like, insane, stupid fucking elbow. Like, yeah, I'm so over it.
Other than that, are you excited for this match?
I'm excited for this team.
Okay.
And I'm happy that, believe it or not, Nia's gotten a lot better with not hurting people. So that's great.
I think
when you do the bare minimum, it's surprising.
Nia Lash Legend is going to be a huge addition to SmackDown as a team.
Unfortunately, the logical picks for this match as the 5th is Tiffany and Jade. Unfortunately,
I disagree.
If they're not in a match,
I think they'll be in a match.
If they are, then good. Don't put them in there.
I think your 5ths are Becky Lynch and Maxine Dupree, and Becky is you got to have her in. Becky is just a star, but I think there's something with Maxine Dupree.
I don't think so.
I think there's something as far as like
they're gonna put that out at MSG.
There's some kind of weird. I don't want to call it weird, but like there's an interesting connection that Maxine Dupree has, and I said this a little bit on the NXT. I was talking about Tatum Paxley.
Yeah.
I think her and Maxine are kind of. Sometimes you need like 1 or 2 characters in pro wrestling that actually truly relates to kids. That actually you can look to and say, hey, you know what? I am the underdog, but I'm going to do things my way. I'm going to find a way.
Here's the thing.
To overcome things. And maybe coming off of the MSG match on Raw, and I don't know if Maxine's going to win it, but I'm not going to rule it out that she's not going to win that title. But I think as a babyface, Maxine with this team, I think will work. And Becky is your lead, shit talker that you would need on that heel team.
I am not one to speak for women because I'm not one, but I would not relate to Maxine Dupree being 5'10", blonde, and has supermodel good looks. I would relate to someone like AJ Lee, who's 5 feet, who's had to work for everything. I'm not saying Maxine isn't a hard worker.
Is AJ Lee really working for everything? I'll see her on TV.
She did her job 10 years ago, and she left, which was
I'm
smart.
talking about how many kids actually know, other than
that
one match about AJ Lee.
Well, we're going to find out more. Just be prepared for my reaction next week when Maxine loses this match, probably pretty convincingly, and then gets beat down afterwards and AJ shows up because it's an MSG. You save your big stars for the big events and the big shows and the big arenas. She's about done with that book tour. This is an opportunity. She will be, I think the final 2 spots should be Becky and AJ because the men's War Games match is star power. The women's
again, I hope AJ Lee's around, and I wouldn't mind her being in this match. I wouldn't. I'm not arguing against it.
Makes a lot more sense than having Maxine.
I'm just. Where is she? I know the book tour, so I kind of answered my own question. But even on television, they're not saying on the show like, "Hey, she's out on the book tour." They're not saying on the show. She's just not there.
Part of the understanding may have been like, "Hey, I'm going to do this one match, and then I have to go away for a month or 2, and then I'll be back."
I get that, but they need to do a better job of explaining that. So like if she's going to be a big part of the show, they need to do a better job kind of explaining that. But you got your War Games match all set and ready to go. When we come back, the top 20 in their 20s, Bleacher Report came out with their list. We'll react to this list when we come back from break. There's some good names in there.
I love how you just showed the top 10. Way to ruin the surprise.
It wasn't going to be a surprise. This computer did an update while I was putting the show together, so you're getting what you're getting. Also, Kyle has a question about Cody and Roman Reigns. A very important question as we get settled on into War Games season and then very soon WrestleMania season. So very important question that Kyle's going to address. And then I have a quick Blood and Guts review. I actually watched, for the first time since we went to Dynamite in Cleveland, I watched the entire AEW Dynamite show.
How long was it?
It was 2.5 hours.
No overrun?
Actually, it was 2 hours and 38 minutes.
Can't book a 2.5 hour. She can't even go over properly. Like,
you know what the lead out show was, by the way? Wipeout, starring John Cena on TBS. I got some thoughts about Blood and Guts.
Ooh, that was loud. Heard that through Pete's headphones, and he's
Yeah.
again 10 feet away from me.
By the way, Pete, it's great to have your voice back. I don't know who was sitting in last week. You should have recorded
You
that
somehow
voice from
look
last
you,
week.
you feel better, but you look worse.
Thanks.
While we roll these commercials, I don't know if my co-host will be here. when we
I'll be
come back.
fine. He's tethered down.
We'll be right back after this. What should fans who might be watching you here in Cleveland for the first time, hey, they look you up on the website, on the app, they call you, what should they expect?
Yeah, I mean, first off, between me and my team, you're going to get one of us. If you want to deal directly with the man, you're more than welcome to. I don't mind. I love working with customers because I look at it this way. I have a lot of good life experience financially. I've said 12 years of banking. I've got now 2.5 years of insurance. I have a lot of money and just kind of life and financial stuff knowledge. So that's what I look to do, is to truly help people get from that point A to point B financially. It's not about just, saving money on auto insurance, sure, but if I can kind of turn that into a better discussion, really help people understand what actually insurance does, why it's important, because it's not a tangible. I joke when I leave that I lock the office door so no one steals all the insurance, but there's not just insurance laying around. So there's just it's kind of a mystery kind of component in people's lives that they think is a scam and all the different things you hear. It's not. It can feel like it sometimes. I'm not even going to say that it doesn't, but if you understand how it works and have a person who you can go to help with those kind of situations, that's what we're here to do. That's what my team's here to do. That's what I'm here to do, and that's what I take a lot of pride and have a lot of passion in, obviously, as you can probably tell. So,
Well, I know you said the joke, hey, we lock the door so no one steals the insurance, but it's exactly right.
Small business owners are superheroes, but nowadays running your business means doing so inside your shop and on social media. That's why you should make Omega Video Marketing your sidekick. With a decade of content creation experience, I create dynamic, informative, and fun videos for your specific social needs that will increase brand awareness, get you more followers, and keep your social pages and websites current and fresh. I offer flexible pricing and turn times and will work with you to understand your brand and your story. All of that comes from the heart. My award-winning expertise is just the cherry on top. So let's get connected. After all, your brand is the alpha and my expertise is the omega.
And then I said penis.
Dog. I don't know how to come back.
Oh,
from that,
sorry.
man.
Hey, sorry. I didn't see
Hey,
that.
welcome back.
I didn't see the giant screen in front of me that said we were back.
Omega Video Marketing. Megan does a great job. She does automatically a great job because she is sponsoring this ridiculous show.
Right? No, that's Rob Deerdeck, and that's done now officially.
Yeah.
2,000 episodes. He walked through his office building and said something else is coming now. So,
Hey, but kudos. He gave a shout out to Big Black. That touched me a little bit. That was good. Yeah, man.
I can't. Dude, my brain is working so fast tonight. It's insane.
It is.
You like Big Black?
You didn't watch Rob. I
was
know
gonna
what
be
you
on
were
the- I was
going
gonna be on
for.
the little Black.
You didn't watch Rob. Evidently,
I gotta go.
You did not watch Rob and Big Black on MTV. Hold up.
Oh my God!
Hold on.
Stop showing the list.
I'm sorry. I need a slide that's not. Anywho, there was a time I was teaching, and one of the first questions that I usually ask.
Oh, bad time to finish my water. Oh my God!
One of the first questions was like, "What do you use for like your media sources?" Like, well, come to the board, write your media sources, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, Twitter and TikTok," and I occasionally watch the local news and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, you guys got to expand your horizons. There are networks and stuff that you go to. There's, the cable news networks. There's CNN. There's Fox News. There's, Newsman. There's all these other stations. There's also the BBC. And somebody started laughing. And I'm like,
you're in a general broadcasting class. I feel like that probably is going to happen.
I'm like, why? I'm like, we're talking about the BBC network. And I got some fool like this guy right here just started like bawling. Like he just started crying like in the middle of the class. Like and like for
craziest part, he was the whitest guy I've ever seen.
No, it was a black dude. And what makes it funny here? He's like
the craziest thing was Pete.
Wait. So last week we had Bukkake, and this week we have BBC.
The BBC.
Come
Network.
on, Anthony.
The BBC Network.
Which stands for
British Broadcasting Company.
Thank
you're
you.
not gonna get me in trouble. Now, the
Feels
student
so
thought
so
that it
good
was
not to
something
say the most
else
stupid thing. Most controversial thing.
because the kid was laughing for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're talking about
Dedicated to the BBC giggles.
we're talking about the election. You laughing about the BBC Network? Oh no!
Stop. Please stop. Megan's great. She does a great job. Why did we go down this road?
It was your fault.
I said
Your
penis.
fault.
I didn't even say the actual word.
I was actually focused on the read.
Well, then, refocus.
MeganRG440 at gmail.com. MeganRG440 at gmail.com. We'll do a better job of your read next week.
Your business. Her. She does good work.
Sign of approval.
Yep.
Let's move on. You have seen this list if you are watching the show about 5 times already.
Suck.
Bleacher Report top 20 in their 20s. I did not pull up 11 through 20. Bad job of me.
I have it on my phone if you want me just to.
Go ahead.
So this is a list compiled again. Top 20 in their 20s is, again, top 20. This is AEW and WWE. So it's not all of pro wrestling everywhere. Didn't have to be. But there's a surprising amount of AEW.
You didn't get Erie, PA pro wrestling?
No, I did not. So number 20 is Hook. Not Captain.
Yeah, young kid. Oh, yeah.
Taz's son. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's
So-
he's a multiple time FTW champion or one time FTW?
3-time.
3-time.
It has it on here.
Mm.
3-time. And I could care 3 times less about that championship because there's already 15,000 titles on AEW programming. Didn't Tony Khan introduce another championship, by the way?
Yes, he introduced, I believe,
The
the
national?
national championship.
Are they going to split off into conferences now and have like a National League and an American League in AEW? Like, oh my God.
They're gonna have the Big Ten title at AEW.
What a joke. Yeah,
Ryan Day
they have
will
a
be
Big Ten title. It's Mercedes Moné because she has 10 fucking titles.
That is true.
Don't
That is
repeat that.
true. And if she wins title 11 or 12, she will still have
Too
the
many.
Big Ten title.
She'll still have 11 too many. All right.
Uh,
Number 19, Kevin Knight. Not Knight Rider, just Kevin Knight.
Good.
Again, looks like he has talent, but as Jim Cornette says, he's with the Kobayashi Karate Kid, Mike 8-Ball Bailey.
What does Jim Cornette think about the BBC Network?
I don't know. Number 18, Austin Theory, still on the list. 28.
You think he's too low on that list, 18?
I think he just hasn't been on TV this year.
Because, I think talent-wise, you think he's too low?
Something I don't, because Triple H with the ID stuff was into Austin Theory before, especially in NXT. Something just hasn't clicked yet, and that's why again this is their opportunity with Wargames.
I really wish, I know it was like a spur of the moment thing on my end, but I really wish you were with me in that Columbus show back in June, because the reaction that Austin Theory got.
He's really good
on the pre-show. It didn't even air on TV.
Besides the fact that he obviously looks like $1 million and can work really well and has great psychology in the ring and stuff too, and his moveset can work. His finisher kind of sucks, but I mean that's fine. If they can get Logan Paul a cool finisher, they can find a way to get Austin Theory over with a better one. But like even Karrion Kross had a great finisher at the end of his run.
But he's cooled off being off of television.
Well, there's going to be an opportunity. There's obviously a ready-made feud with Grayson Waller at some point in the mid-card that he can kind of work to build up. If he's not going to be part of this group, I prefer him to be part of the group. That way he can kind of just blow past it all. But he's on the list for a reason, so just keep an eye out. 17, and she probably wouldn't have been on this list until she won the championship, Tatum Paxley.
Yeah. Her character.
28, which she looks great for 28. I think she would have been younger.
I thought she was younger.
28.
A very interesting character right now. What she's going, her and Izzy right now.
Good duo.
They got something going. And of course, JC Jane doing a great job as well.
Speaking of her, JC Jane, number 16.
She is
29.
She is an all-star.
She's been down there she's like Trick Williams. She's just been hanging out. She was part of Fatal Attraction.
But the crazy thing is, her in the lead row and her, carrying the NXT Women's Championship. Because she's been down there for a while, I really think she would add to the main roster. You need more heels, credible singles heels on the main roster.
What's that sound? It's more useless AEW talent making their way to the list. Number 15 is Wheeler. Can't even pull a wheelie Yuta. He's in at 15. Don't tell me why. The Death Riders is probably one of the worst stories ever in professional wrestling, and they're still a group, by the way.
Uh-huh.
They've been joined by number 14 on this list, Daniel Garcia. Which
I don't think he has the it factor.
No. I mean, honestly, you could not have told me when the first time I watched AEW who was who between Ricky Starks and Daniel Garcia.
I think watching Blood and Guts, every time I see Garcia, and admittedly, like I said before, I haven't watched a full Dynamite since we went to the show in Cleveland. It's just maybe he has all the tools, but it's just that the it factor's not there.
I see chunky Ricky Starks.
I can't disagree with that.
I mean, look, Ricky Starks have just like more meat on the bones.
I actually cannot disagree with that.
Not in good a shape. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. 13, she's in really, dude. Jesus. Can I perform an exorcism in here? Because it's about to smell like death. 13 is Blake Monroe. She found her way onto the list. 27 years old from London. She's now officially the Women's North American Champion.
Yeah, and I still think even on NXT, maybe a little bit underwhelming, but I think it's been a learning curve of getting rid of old AEW habits and learning WWE. So I think she's in for a big 2026.
Yeah, it's around the corner. Speaking of being around the corner, he already passed that corner, is moving up the main street because he's in the tournament. John Cena's last time is now tournament number 12. Javon Evans, 21 years old.
Javon Evans is...
Holy crap.
There's a reason why...
He is Randy Orton.
He's I'm telling you right now, if Javon Evans does everything right, and if he does I think the only thing Javon has to continue to work on, is the microphone. If he can consistently continue to improve on the mic, because I think sometimes he gets a little bit lost with his promo work.
He's 21.
Exactly. I'm giving analysis to somebody who I expect to be a pillar on the main shows for the next 20 years. So literally, if he could continue to work on the microphone consistently, this guy is going to be one of the superstars in WWE.
Our first, I guess this counts as AAA, even though he's done some WWE stuff. El Hijo del Vikingo, number 11, 28.
Sure.
I think my son is taller than him.
He hasn't really. I think when he faces Dom, he wrestles really well, but again, it's just that the it factor is just I don't know.
And now we're into the top 10. You can see it on the screen, so I can stop reading my phone. Number 10 is Tiffany Stratton. She's 26. I remember seeing that. 9 is Jack Perry, which is hilarious. This guy will never be more over than he was in his first run as Jungle Jack Perry.
He should not be in the top.
He should not be in any list.
He should not be in the top 20.
He should be on the unemployment list, but that's beside the point.
The
I cost AEW half their audience and their number one draw list.
I almost turned the channel when Jack Perry, Jungle Boy, and the Young Bucks were literally on the television. And they only had like a 2-minute segment with Don Callis, and I almost turned
Well, but the match apparently was like otherworldly. It was a 5.5-star classic between them and the Young Bucks, and it's unbelievable all the athletic stuff they can do.
You're wrong. It was 9 stars.
Stupid.
Can we talk about number 8, Roxanne Perez?
A really good name on this list. Someone who I think they said is 23. 23.
23.
Her and Giovanna, the youngest ones. Everyone else is in their mid-20s or later. So, yeah, Roxanne she's wrestled the most matches in WWE this year of anyone.
Yep.
Male or female. A lot of reps.
I think LA Knight is right behind her
on
that list.
Yeah, a lot of reps. A lot of reps for Roxanne. So, I mean, that's impressive, and she's
I
That's
think,
so much.
and again, I think she's going to be. We talked briefly earlier about Dom's future and the Judgment Day's future. I think Roxanne's in for a big feud with Liv in 2026.
Be fun.
I want to really see how Roxanne looks, perhaps at a solo feud with Liv. I think that's going to be huge.
Jordan Grace makes the list at number 7. She's 29, so she's on the very edge of this.
It feels like Jordan Grace has been around for a long time, and she has in pro wrestling, but not in WWE. And man, Jordan Grace is the one where I kind of wish there was better writing and better booking for her in NXT, but it is what it is. Not everybody can win.
Never seemed like she made a lot of sense in NXT. It kind of felt like she should be on the main roster.
Should have skipped it.
Kind of, yeah.
Honestly.
Like even Blake Monroe too. Kind of felt like okay, like maybe she just doesn't really need this. But I guess the AEW side of it, retraining her, I get that. But you could always Jade Cargill that and just like teased it, and then eventually she could have just showed
Jordan,
up.
you could. Well, Jordan.
Well, Jordan knew her work rate was different.
Blake has a different type of build. Like Jada's, you could just, as you can see on SmackDown, just present her as a badass.
Well, you know Vince would have pulled Blake right away.
I know.
She'd been champion the first week she was there.
Oh yeah.
Number 6, your boy Obafemi.
He'll be number 1 on this list next year.
I think he's
or number 2. I know Rhea's there, but
26 or 27. Well, Rhea's not going to be on this list for very much longer.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oba's like 26, 27, somewhere in there. MJF is number 4. He is currently on hiatus from AEW, correct? He was not on Blood and Guts, I believe.
Correct.
So he's 29.
Mm-hmm.
So he has reached the highest he ever will in AEW. He will never get any more popular with that promotion. Sometimes that can happen. I look at somebody like Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley, and I say that's the most over he was ever going to get in WWE was his run with the title against Seth and that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He's never going to see a higher star in WWE than that. He can come back and have a couple matches or a little run where he's popular, but he's never going to be that kind of guy again.
Well, remember MJF had that I'm going away, that the stairway promo that he's going away for. But you're right. And this won't happen, but man, it would be nice if a surprise in the John Cena tournament was MJF.
He's unfortunately AJ styled himself to this company, so I mean he's going to be there for a few more years, and I just don't.
He took the money,
but he's about to be 30, so he's not going to be one of those young guys, so to speak, on this list anymore that has all this potential that's right in front of him. He's going to capitalize on this, and his opportunities will only grow if he goes to WWE. They're going to stay kind of lower end in AEW.
We real quickly, we skip Braun Breaker, but we talk about Braun Breaker on the show every week.
That's why I didn't even say anything.
Yeah, Braun Breaker's number 5.
He probably should be number 1, but for being completely honest with ourselves, because he is going to be the face of the company really soon. But like within the next year or two, he's going to be the guy, I think. Just because Cody, Roman, other side of 40 now, it's going to be a thing. But number 3, Kyle Fletcher.
Kyle Fletcher.
26. I don't see it, but I don't watch AEW that much anymore. So, well, I can't because I don't have YouTube TV. You do.
Not for much longer.
Was he on the card?
Not last night.
He wasn't on a 2.5-hour show, and he's supposed to be the one of the top. He's their top.
Oh no,
person.
no! He was on it.
So
Never
he
mind.
better be on the show.
He was on there. He was in the men's Wargames, Blood and Guts.
Yeah, because they had to counter program that earlier in the month. Real good.
He was in there.
Number 2, Dominik Mysterio. Makes a lot of sense. He's 28. So excited to see him. He'll be back in the list again.
Real quick, let me go back to Kyle Fletcher for a hot second. Because I do hear, like, I heard, I think it was La Greca. It was just like, this dude can wrestle circles and stuff like that. Again, when he was in the main event feud with Hangman.
Yeah. Champion versus champion or whatever it was.
Again, I think Kyle Fletcher right now, like, he has the tools, the it factor. I just don't see it. I don't see the it factor's not there for me with Kyle Fletcher. In the ring, sure, he's not going to disappoint.
He looks like if Shawn Michaels in the 90s didn't get bitches. That's what he looks like to me.
The good ones would make that a character, but again, that's not.
That's what he looks like with his little hard glasses. What the Proto Star is his nickname or whatever it is. Okay,
yeah,
sure you are. Dom number 2, I think we can all agree on that. Him and Braun are going to be two of the guys. Jacob Fatu, I think, is in his 30s, so that's why he's not
Correct.
like early to mid 30s, so he's not going to be in this list. And speaking of which, Rhea Ripley, the number one, she is 29. She will not be on this list next year.
Yeah, so I think you're going to be, Dom and Braun.
Oh God, yeah.
Will probably be the two.
It depends on who's champion when they decide to make this list, or they're both being. They'll still be.
I'm going to give an outside shot to MJF only because if AEW in 26 just says screw it,
he's 29.
Oh, that's right.
He will not be on this list.
So MJF's
even if he
out.
has a amazing year that makes me go, oh wow, they actually did what they're doing for a second. It's not going to matter.
I don't think Kyle Fletcher.
He's 26, so he'll be on the list.
But I don't think Kyle Fletcher will be competing for number one. I think I'm just looking at this. I don't think anybody from AEW.
Well, it depends on who they talk to. If Dave calls Bleacher Report enough and begs them to put an AEW star on the list, maybe they'll find a way.
Did you see, by the way, Dave doing the podcast, whatever, and Tony Khan called him in the middle of the podcast and actually. It's ringtones like Tony Khan.
He may not be getting paid for it, but if you think that Tony Khan isn't calling Dave Meltzer and asking for his opinion on how to book his show, you're insane. Oh, he should. He should. Dave's been in the industry for 50 years. No, he hasn't. He's been talking about the industry for 50 years. Nobody likes this dude. Nobody important likes Dave Meltzer.
Right. This is a great list. Who do you think that's in? Sorry, I made you put it away. That's 11 through 20 right now.
Yeah.
Who do you think will be in the top 10 next year?
Oh, Javon.
Yeah. I think Javon will be the other one that might be competing.
I don't know if he'll be.
He could be top 5. Javon could be top 5.
He'll definitely be top 10, and he's only going to be 22. He'll be number one on this list at some point.
It depends on the speed in which they want to move Javon next year. I could see a scenario where you keep him at NXT for another year. I could see a scenario.
He's already.
Me personally,
dipped his
I'm
toes
moving him up.
He's been developmental for a couple of years already.
Yeah,
it's crazy. He's only 21, but he's been doing it since he was 19.
And honestly, the thing about Javon, he's built too. It's not like he's just a two-pick or anything.
He's a little skinny, but I mean, he's filling out a little more.
He's filling out more than he did like even 6 months ago.
He can drink alcohol legally now, so he can put on a few more pounds.
Oh, that's a good point.
Blake Monroe's another name maybe you can see jump up. I don't see those two doing it. How they book Tatum Paxley will be interesting. Austin Theory's a big what if. If he joins
either Austin Theory's going to move up or he'll be out.
Yeah, I think because Austin is 28, so he's only going to have one more year to be on this list. If he gets put with the Vision, if that is the plan for Survivor Series and beyond, he will be at least in the top 15, if not the top 10. I think that he will reestablish because of Paul Heyman. And honestly, I could see there being a power struggle with Braun and Paul because now they're doing it Braun's way. Maybe Austin Theory is a little more open to listening to Paul Heyman because his career hasn't gone the way he hoped.
We'll see.
And maybe Austin Theory could be the one to take on Braun Breaker at some point, and one of those two turns, whatever, it can be a thing. There's a story with those two, and I'd love to see that.
We'll see.
I would love to see that.
It depends on if Triple H can get behind Austin Theory and put him in that role, or is it somebody else?
Don't get behind him. That's gay.
He's a man. He doesn't stroke. All right, you had a Cody and Roman question.
I saw this and thought it was interesting because they literally are on the WrestleMania commercial together playing poker against each other. I love how Brock Lesnar just does something. When you see Brock Lesnar in the wild or just doing something not wrestling related, you're like, oh, he's kind of a person.
Right.
Like, you just forget. The question was brought up like that WWE doesn't want to have Cody and Roman on the same show because they don't want to have them near each other because there's not a teased match coming. I think I can speak for most of the wrestling community where I say we're not dying to see this again. I'm not. I don't know about you. I mean, they needed help in their matches. Granted, again, the WrestleMania 40 main event was fantastic. 39 was heartbreaking. It didn't make a lot of sense, but it led to 40. So we appreciated that. We don't need this anymore. We got the two matches. If we're not going to get Rock and Cena 3, I don't need Roman and Cody 3. We're good. Like you're not pissing anyone off by having Roman Reigns in the Wargames match. Though, again, I don't think it makes a lot of sense because he literally said he wasn't going to be back till Christmas. So Like, don't have him. That's one thing Triple H has been good at. If someone says something, usually you don't mess around with that.
There has to be a storyline reason why he would break that promise.
Like, Jay has to, like, grovel and call him. We really need you.
Like, there has to be, like, on Monday at MSG, Jay has to be, like, laid out, blood everywhere.
Jimmy. Because Jay's going to go to Jimmy first.
That's right.
Because Jimmy's there every week.
They have to.
Jimmy's got to be out of it. You know,
there has to be a reason for Roman to speed up the clock.
Maybe even call Solo.
Mm-hmm.
He goes to SmackDown and sees Solo. Hey, yo, man, listen. I know we got beef, but I need you. I need my brother. I can't help you, man. And then
Solo really is doing his own thing, though, right now.
He's on,
which I do like.
No one cares, but I mean, he's over there. I mean, like, it's not like
honestly, I know. I will admit, SmackDown this past week was SmackDown. It's not that SmackDown's a bad show. It just feels like a lot of stuff over there is unimportant. And on a Friday night, if you're sitting down on a Friday night, you really want to be entertained because you're home on a Friday night, which we will be home on Friday nights very soon. You want to be entertained, and you want things to feel like Raw feels important. NXT in its own way feels important.
Once they start,
SmackDown doesn't feel that.
Again, this time of year gets a little tough, especially when both champions are in the War Games match, because it's like, how do you like? They're gonna obviously bleed some guys over onto SmackDown now, so they can incorporate War Game stuff or whatever it is. But yeah, there's avenues to go about it, but I don't want to see Roman until honestly January.
So to answer, I guess, what is your question out of this? So like, would you?
The question was, is it going to be an issue if these two are on the screen together and there isn't a match planned, like at WrestleMania or down the road?
I don't think so.
No, there's no problem at all.
I thought
it was silly. That's why I brought it up, because it was like, these guys, it's two of the biggest stars you have in your company. You should want them on the show.
If Rock and Stone Cold are always tied in with each other, and Rock and Stone Cold can share the ring together, even if they're not directly in a story.
I tie Roman more to Brock than Cody as an opponent.
No, but just from the two-time main event of WrestleMania. That's the only reason why.
Well, how many times did Brock and Roman headline WrestleMania?
I know, but I'm just saying, like, you got two of the faces. You got QB1, you got the Tribal Chief. Yeah. You got two people who people pay tickets to see. I do think the only way you do get Roman and Cody 3, it has to be the story. Follow me here. The stories are not going to really tie into each other. It's going to be Roman winning the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And Cody has the title.
Could you imagine?
And
they waste the Royal Rumble win on Roman Reigns. If there's one person in the company right now not named John Cena who could walk up and say, you know what? I want a title shot. Roman would be given the title shot.
You know what?
Oh my God. And it's his character too. I'm the Tribal Chief. I don't need to do. What do you mean I have to go do this?
I think his entire character arc though is he's never changed. He's gonna find his way back into the title pitch. The thing that makes it a little murky though is that CM Punk right now is a world champion.
Well, Seth and Roman, I would imagine maybe it would have been the plan if Seth was going to be champion going into WrestleMania, but because that match we've never gotten the true payoff, the one-on-one payoff.
Right.
They've done stuff in passing and interference, and they had that match at Royal Rumble that was a no contest or whatever it was, or Seth won by count out or whatever. I mean, but like we've never seen the true one-on-one Roman Seth pillars of the company.
And I don't know why they're kind of protecting that. I actually don't know.
I'd imagine it's, again, like I said, maybe 42 was going to be when they pulled the trigger and Seth got hurt.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's unfortunate. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Punk and Reigns if that's what it came down to in a singles match. We didn't really get that. We got the triple threat. So, it's been a minute. I mean,
it's not even a guarantee either that Punk's going to carry the title into WrestleMania.
It's very possible that Braun Breaker wins that title and then has to face Brock or someone like that, or it's Braun versus Gunther or something. Who knows?
Yeah, and then again, we did get news. Elimination Chamber will be in Chicago. And CM Punk's front and center of that promotional. But to your question, I don't mind Punk. I'm sorry, Cody and I don't mind Cody and Roman being. Sometimes you do got to highlight, like even in a War Game situation. Highlight, like, this is a big, because it almost speaks more volume to the importance of War Games than those two itself. It's like, These two, our two biggest stars, are facing off, squaring off in War Games. They're leading. Now, the thing that if you don't want to see this match down the road, you don't want to see either guy pin each other, because then that's an indication that you're going to get a match.
Well, yeah, no, I think it makes it a little weird. Because if they're going to pin each other, that means they're on. What does that mean? That means they're in a match against each other. So I don't care to see it. Maybe it'll change down the road. I don't know. But even if they were on separate teams, which they wouldn't be for this War Games, it'd have to be
right.
It'd have to be in a War Games match where they'd be on opposite sides.
Yeah, because they would be on the same team.
And if it's tag team matches, they're both protected anyway, so they're not going to get pinned, either one of them. So
I'm sorry. I was thinking for a hot second Roman was a heel for a second. It was a bad guy.
He kind of is.
I know
he is.
I was just saying.
He just gets cheered because he's good at his job. I don't know. I mean,
people love him.
I never come home from dropping him off at school in the morning and I get Kyle Cornell, when I walk in because I'm good at my job. But
good. You should be thankful. That chant sucks.
I would take that.
Freaking hate that chant.
I like it.
Hate it.
All right, give me your sparkling scarlet review of AEW.
It was a great show. Nah.
Looks like trash to me.
I mean, look at all that carnage. Look at the blood. Look at the guts.
I saw a meme of someone with Sky Blue being covered in blood saying, I've never been so turned on and so scared at the same time.
I want your immediate reaction to the photo that you're covering up right now.
What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Is that Darby Allin?
It is not Darby.
Who is that? I can't tell.
So, that is Powerhouse Hobbs.
He's the one going through the table.
Going through the table, taking a spear from Hangman Adam Page in a non-title Falls Count Anywhere match.
It was just for those two?
Correct.
Why?
Because it's wrestling, brother.
Why? Why would you?
So that was my issue.
One of those kind of matches on the show is okay, but you have a literal War Games match.
Oh,
two of them.
Hold up. Let me further explain this to you. So, AEW has a pay-per-view, Full Gear, presented by DC, because Excalibur had to say the sponsor every time mentioned the pay-per-view.
DC?
Yeah.
Because, WWE's Marvel and
exactly
AEW's DC.
Exactly. So, all throughout the match.
Not the comics, the movies.
So, all throughout the match, the Bryan Danielson and Shivani, the commentators was like, well, Hangman has a title match against Samoa Joe in 10 days.
What are we doing?
Hold up.
What are we?
Hold up. There's more. So they have that match, that Falls Count Anywhere. They do the fire spot, whatever. And then the post-match, the Ops, Samoa Joe's group, comes out. And they attack Hangman, or attempt to, and they say lower the cage. And then Hangman, knowing hey, I'm a world champion, I need to protect myself, said all you had to do if you wanted a steel cage match was just ask for it. So now their championship match is going to be a steel cage. 10 days after, a week after having a non-title Falls Count Anywhere where Powerhouse Hobbs went through a burning table.
I hate this company so much. I'm sorry. At some point you have to stop blaming Tony Khan and start blaming the wrestlers for just being yeah, let's do it.
So
it's not even a WWE way of thinking about things. It's in general.
So
why would you not build the match with the guy you're fighting at the pay-per-view, the one you need to sell, as opposed to doing all of this stuff in a not what champ? Oh my God.
So here's my thing.
This is so dumb.
Here's my thing. I am very grateful that there is a second company that exists and other companies that exist. It's not just WWE or bust. But with that being said, and again, Blood and Guts, I like the finishes to both Blood and Guts matches. I like the finishes. The wrestling wasn't bad at all. The wrestling was great. In terms of if I turned my brain off and just watched wrestling, all right, fine. So creative spots were in there.
I hate the words.
But
I hate the adage, turn your brain off.
But, well,
if you turn your brain off, you're dead. Like, I'm sorry, I am a human being, and I have a brain that I use frequently, believe it or not, despite some of the comments you may read on our YouTube or our TikTok. So I can't turn my brain off. If it doesn't make any sense, why are you doing it?
Because
this is a regular Wednesday show 10 days before a pay-per-view. Do it on the pay-per-view. You mark.
And that's what I realized was like, I don't hate this company. I just don't understand this company. And
I'm borderline like, why is this even here? And we're happy for competition, whatever. But it's like, why? Go run an indie promotion with no TV contract somewhere where we get this off of television. This is awful. This is a Wednesday night show, and you still ran 7 minutes over on a half hour over because you don't know how to write television, Tony. Moron.
Well, I guess for me, they're not doing the thing.
This is what happens when Shaka Khan is your father.
I know. Should have stuck with music.
Take your Hall of Fame induction and get out.
Oh, man. Come to Cleveland, handle it. I guess for me, maybe, AEW is there for certain people. And
that number's getting smaller by the day.
And if you like what you're getting, and you don't have to really think about in-depth or baseline storytelling, fine.
If you're 2 clicks away from brain dead, this is your company to watch.
But I guess for me, Blood and Guts as an individual show, cool, I'll tune in. I mean, it was basically a PLE, free television. So, all right, cool, But I'm sitting there watching, I'm like, I don't know half these guys now. And this is coming off of, when did we go to that Dynamite show? Like less than 2 months, like 2 months ago?
Yeah, just about. I try to forget this kind of things.
It seemed like 3 seasons ago that we went. And I'm like, I am that far really behind the stories. And while Blood and Guts, kind of an enjoyable show. It didn't make sense. And there's no reason for me to tune in next week. Or even worse, no reason for me to order the pay-per-view. Because what I saw with Blood and Guts, it's not going to get better for the actual pay-per-view that you got to spend $40 for.
Why would you put this on free TV and then charge someone $40 to watch regular matches? And then maybe a steel cage.
Yeah, a steel cage.
Ooh.
You got big Blood and Guts with like actual, whatever stories you have, like stories and stuff. And then regular pay-per-view was just that's my review.
Wasn't Blood and Guts a pay-per-view at one point? Wasn't that on Saturdays or Sundays at one point?
I don't think so.
No, that was what's the name of the thing where they do like the football fields? The Stadium
Stampede.
Which that might be just like a rampage now or whatever it is, or the collision.
Yeah, that was
stupid.
That was the highlight of Urban Meyer's NFL career, was appearing in Stadium Stampede. But yeah, I said to our NXT Reacts audience, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to watch AEW, and if I'm intrigued, if I like what I really see, I'll do a Blood and Guts Reacts, a separate video.
Did you notice there's no Blood and Guts video?
Good luck finding it. And I'm like, I thought after the show, I'm like, there is no way for me to truly break down what I just watched. There's nothing. I can't break down the stories. I can't really break down the results. I can't be like, well, hey, I may or may not like this, but here's where they're going, and here's why they went with it. They did a non-title Falls Count Anywhere match.
What champion says yes? Even the babyface champions are like, no.
You know what that reminds me of?
When you wrestle a match, you'll do a regular match, but you're not going to do that.
When you're booking shows on a video game, and like, oh, you got to like match the star rating of per show. So on SmackDown, you book Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant in a TLC match in the main event of SmackDown. Non-title. In a 5 out of 7 whatever. You see, none of that. That's how Tony Khan books these shows. And again, there's a certain whatever. If you're interested in doing reacts for AEW Dynamite, let us know, because we're not doing this. We're done. We're not doing that. So if you're interested, let us know.
Desire it.
We'll put you on, because we do love more content for the podcast. So, if you're interested, let us know.
If you like suffering, by all means.
Because we ain't the guys to do it. He flat out hates it. I'm confused. So
the question you ask yourself in anything you do is, why am I doing this? Why is Adam Page spearing someone who's not even going for his title through a flaming table? Was that even the main event?
It was the second match. It was the buffer match.
Is this the last topic? Tell them about Dubby.
Dubby is great. Get the energy drink. SHWP10, the promo code.
You're lucky my son's here, Tony Khan. That's all I'm going to say. Because I have so much inside me right now. I want to punch a hole in the green screen. It's
not the lovely green screen. Don't do that. Show's over. Episode 98 is next week. Episode 99 is the week after that.
Possibly live.
Possibly.
For any sports cards.
Yep.
We'll see.
And then episode 100 is the week after episode 99. So make sure you tune in.
Good for you. You can count.
What is episode 101, folks? After episode
100.
100. Very good, class.
I knew the answer to that question.
Now go ahead, book a wrestling show. We're done.
Already?